Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the Noon News from Montana's news leader.
A very good Wednesday afternoon. Thanks so much for joining us here on the Noon News. I'm Samantha Sullivan. Governor Steve Bullock will be announcing his future political plans soon, and he'll be aiming high. MTN has learned that Bullock plans to announce in 2 weeks that he's running for president in 2020. Bullock would add his name to a field that already includes 20 Democrats competing for their party's nomination to challenge President Trump in 2020. Bullock's announcement won't come as a big surprise. He has a political action committee called Big Sky Values that's been funding his political activities at stops around the country since mid-2017, and he has already campaign-related staff on the ground in Iowa, the site of the nation's first presidential nominating caucus next February. Bullock had no direct comment himself today, but Big Sky Values PAC spokeswoman Galia Slan told MTN today that the governor is a progressive champion and tested leader who has been highlighting his career and optimistic vision for the future. The 53-year-old Bullock cannot run for re-election next year for governor because of term limits. Well, an epidemic in the Missoula area with cases of whooping cough doubling within the last week. Parents and schools are on high alert as health officials say the outbreak has skyrocketed. Now up to 500 people possibly exposed to the sickness. We first told you about the outbreak at Sentinel High School in Missoula last week. By Friday, authorities say the number of cases went from 7 to 14. Now the illness being reported in 8 separate Missoula area schools. Schools in the Bitterroot are also now dealing with the problem as Ravalli County Health tries to contain it.
Sent 20 kids home, so then then we're going to continue to do that process and elimination of who's been exposed, who's had direct contact. We've actually had a staff member who was exposed. We're going to continue to follow the protocol and follow the processing and testing kids and sending letters home and making those recommendations. And that's how we'll continue going forward, is that, the health department nurses were up at our school helping our nurse get everything taken care of and do the testing. And we'll just continue with that process.
Now, health officials do tell us you need to get tested as soon as you feel symptoms of the disease, as the disease can linger. Well, some new information this afternoon. The Billings Police Department asking for the public's help in identifying a man accused of trying to grab children in public places. The series of reported incidents began on April 18th when it was reported that an elderly man grabbed a 4-year-old's hand and tried to walk away. The child's older sibling then intervened and the man left. The next day, a man approached a 5-year-old at a park and asked the child to jog with him. That child refused and the man left. On April 20th, the man approached another child at that same park, grabbing them and trying to walk away. The child's mother stopped him and he reportedly apologized, telling her he believed the child to be his grandkid. The man is described as a white male in his 60s with short gray or white hair. He's about 6 feet tall and 170 pounds. Investigators are unsure if the man has criminal intent or is suffering from Alzheimer's, dementia, or some other type of mental illness. Anyone with information is asked to contact the Billings Police Department. When it comes to deaths caused by drunk driving, Montana is near the top of the list. In fact, the section of I-90 that runs across Montana is ranked as the most dangerous stretch of highway in the nation for DUI fatalities. MTN's Cody Boyer has more.
Montana is actually tied for first place in the entire nation for DUI fatalities.
To Task Force Coordinator Kelly Parker-Watney, that's a stat that is both disturbing and hard to ignore.
The alarm bells that go off is just a sad statistic. We have 313 alcohol licenses in Gallatin County alone. There are, I think, 15 breweries now in Gallatin County, and that's a lot.
She says Montana also is the rated lowest for DUI legislation, and to the task force, each associated number shows something else to be scared of.
Numbers and statistics show that most people have driven at least 80 times before they're arrested for a single DUI. It's terrifying.
The Montana Highway Patrol obviously cover a lot of area, not just Gallatin County alone, which is already large. So they say one of their primary tools that could help them cover more area starts with you.
DUI is a significant problem in Montana. It always has been.
Sergeant Daniel Amundsen says communication from the public goes a long way, making phone calls a powerful tool to rely on.
Fortunately, we have a lot of help from the public, especially with cell phones. People call in reports of drunk drivers. We refer to that as a RAD report, and the public helps us a lot by looking out for erratic driving, dangerous driving.
Both the Highway Patrol and Gallatin County DUI Task Force say a plan could make a difference, and knowing what can happen if you get behind the wheel when you shouldn't.
It's really as simple as making a plan ahead of time.
Reach out, call a friend, have somebody you can call if you find yourself in an impaired driving situation, that you can find an alternate ride home.
Now, Cody tells us the Gallatin County DUI Task Force consistently gathers information revolving around drunk driving statistics and does make that available online. Well, now we'll turn things over to Ed in the Weather Center. Ed, we had kind of our stormy weather the last couple of days, but now other areas of the country are getting hit pretty hard.
Absolutely. We had some major storms through the south yesterday, and now it looks like it's redeveloping again today. You take a look at the satellite radar mix, and you'll see around Dallas, see the yellow box that's just popping up in a little short while. That is a tornado watch box where things are starting to really get jumping here around that region for today. And in fact, that area from Dallas extending over into Arkansas, portions of Louisiana, you'll see that we have an area where we have an enhanced risk of strong to severe storms. We don't see that terribly often. Somebody's going to get hit with a major storm there. Meanwhile, for our area, those snow showers are sliding off towards the Dakotas. We'll let you know the effect that'll have on our weather with the forecast coming up here in just a few minutes.
All right, thanks, Ed. Well, opening soon in Havre, a facility that would press hemp seed oil, allowing Montana farmers a chance to contract with the company. The company, IntHemp, hopes to start selling by spring. They'll operate near the intersection of Highway 2 and Highway 87, then contract with licensed Montana hemp farmers to distribute. But a note to Montana hemp farmers, you must be registered and licensed with the Montana Department of Agriculture beforehand. A 32-unit affordable housing complex is unveiled in Kalispell, something Montana leadership says will strengthen the Flathead community. Lieutenant Governor Mike Cooney was there for the grand opening of the Courtyard Apartments. The apartments are newly renovated and for folks who earn less than the median income. Now that amounts to about $29,000 a year for one person. The renovation also created at least 64 local jobs. In other news this afternoon, a Butte Film Festival will premiere this year in hopes of filling the void left by the loss of Evel Knievel Days. The annual International Film Festival is moving to June rather than its former date in September. Organizers believe the new late June start will encourage more travelers to stop in Butte and help the economy. Organizers estimate the film festival has brought about 10,000 people to Butte over the past 3 years and brought in between $3 to $5 million to the city in that same time frame. Well, coming up today here on the Noon News, Attorney General William Barr testifying before Congress today. We'll have an update from Washington. But first, Ed will give us a look at the midweek forecast. He has that right after the break.
You're watching MTN News with Samantha Sullivan, Storm Tracker weather with Ed McIntosh, and Farm and Ranch News from the Montana Ag Network. This is the Noon News on Q2, Montana's news leader.